Okay, welcome everyone. And today class we're starting. Brother Umar will teach web development class. Here you are, Umar. You are host now.
All
Jazakallah.
right, sir. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. So, can you please confirm my voice is clear?
Walaikum
Or
salam, brother. Yeah, we can hear you.
okay, okay. So we will start uh, to the bootstrap. So if you have before going to start, so if you have any question regarding the previous class, so you may ask. So anybody have any question? All right. So no question for now. Okay. So I have also sent you a assignment. So just tell me if you have any issue regarding the assignment, user assignment, or did anyone complete the assignment?
Brother, I tried to do it, but it didn't come like exactly what the same way that it's supposed to
So,
be. So that's
uh,
why I didn't submit it.
so did you complete it or not?
I didn't complete it because wasn't showing me exactly. I followed the same steps that you did in the last class, but it
So,
wasn't. Yeah, wasn't showing the same results.
well then, okay. So just share the code with me. Then I'll tell you I'll highlight the mistake. So you can just email me the code.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll reply that.
So
Okay.
we have to upload it or we have to email you?
Yes, you can upload the code on the Google Classroom.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I uploaded that.
Okay. And also you can upload the code on the GitHub as well. If you are familiar with GitHub, so you can upload code over there. Otherwise, I'll share some video that how to use GitHub.
Yeah, that will be helpful.
Yeah.
All right, sure. So, anyone have any question or the previous assignment have any confusion? So you may discuss with me. No, I think okay. So let's start with the bootstrap. So today we will discuss about the bootstrap. So first I type get bootstrap.com. Okay, so what is the use of bootstrap? So you can see over here, it's written build fast responsive site with bootstrap. Quickly design and customize responsive mobile first site with bootstrap, the world most popular front-end open source toolkit featuring SASS variables and makes sense responsive grid system, extensive pre-built components, and powerful JavaScript plugins. So why we are using Bootstrap? Because we have ready-made designs and we have ready-made components that Bootstrap provide to develop the website. So that's why we are using Bootstrap. So just click on the get started and then quick intro. As you can see over here, get started with Bootstrap, the world most popular framework for building responsive mobile first with JS delivered a template starter page. Okay, so just go to the starter template. So I'm just copying it. So it's better to just click on it. And now I just open the Notepad++. And then copy the code, then save it. I just type the name index.html. Okay, so you are already familiar with the doctype HTML tag, and also familiar with HTML head, and also familiar with the viewport tag as well. So this is the new thing for you. So here you can see we include the bootstrap library, and it's loading this style sheet from the bootstrap domain. So we also call this we are just loading this CSS through the CDN. Okay, so we have two options. Either we can just download the library, bootstrap library, in our local machine, and then load bootstrap files from our local server, or we have another option to use directly through the bootstrap server. So for now we are using the CSS file through the bootstrap library, through the bootstrap domain or bootstrap server. And also you can see over here it's included the another JS stands for JavaScript library. So we didn't still cover the JavaScript, so just leave the part uh, and rest of the thing. So I just cleared rest of the thing for now. And you can also familiar with the title tag, and also familiar with h1 tag. So I just save the page, and then open this document file on the web browser. Okay, so you can see it's written hello world. So now we are we just seeing its component and see its documentation. So the next step, visit the layout document, and also we just leave it. Just see the grid system. You use our powerful mobile first Flexbox grid to build layout of all shapes and sizes, thanks to 12 column system or 6 default responsive types, says variables and mixins, and dozens of predefined classes. Okay, so let's see an example. Example bootstrap grid system use a series of containing containers, rows, and columns to lay out and align content. It's built with Flexbox and is fully responsive. Below is an example and an in-depth explanation for how the grid system comes together. So we also covered Flexbox, and we also seen the example of Flexbox and the use of Flexbox. So we are familiar with that. So let's start with the grid system of the bootstrap. So for example, if we need three equal columns, so how we can do through the by using the bootstrap, we just simply type the container. So we will see what is the use of container, and then we will use raw, and then we will use call dash sm. So what is the use of call dash sm, and what is the use of raw and container? So let's see. I just copy it and then paste the code over here. Okay, just refresh the page. Now you can see three equal columns. It is aligned. It's adding now, and so just review that. As you can see, it's written that 12 column grid system. So what is 12 column grid system? In the bootstrap, uh, every row is divided into a 12 column. For example, if we want to use 12 column, so how we can do? We can just simply just remove the sm. we will see what is the use of SM shortly just. So for example, if we need 3 equal columns, so we can just use the class call 3 times in 3 different divs. So I just refresh the page, so you can see result will be same. And if we need the 4 equal columns, so what will we do? We will just simply add the another column class, and you can see, I just refresh the page, and now you can see the fourth column is added now. Okay, so uh, so what if we need for example one is a large column and then 2 small column. So how we can do that? We can just simply call dash sm dash 6, and I just remove it over here. Don't use sm over here, just call 6. So you can see, okay, I just add the color code over here as well. I just add the style. I just change the color. So you can see over here, uh, if we need one larger column, and the rest of the column will be the equal width, so we can use this through by adding the 6. So we have 12 columns in the bootstrap, and also see what is the use of container. So let's see. Container is used for containing the web content. So for example, if we just review the bootstrap main site, so you can see the content is not start with uh, with the edges. The content is lying on the center, and you can see over here content is not matched with the screen. It's just space over here. And if we just see its code, so you can see it's also written the it's also added the container class over here. So you can see if I just over the container class, so so this is the use of container. Our content will look in a manner way, and also not only this website is using the container, every website using the container if you are seeing any site. So we can just see the example. For example, let's see Amazon. As you can see, this part is under the container, and this part is not under the container. This part is a full width section. So we have option to use the full width section as well, but for the content we will have to use the we will have to use the container. So this is the use of container to align the content into the center, and by default it's taking max width 1140, and this is its media query min dash width 1200 pixel. So it will also change the width according to the size of the website. Okay, so how it works, as we have already discussed, the above example created three equal column width across all devices and viewport using our predefined grid classes. Those columns are centered in the page with the parent dot container. So whenever we are using three equal columns, so we will have to use parent class container, and then under the container we will have to use raw, and then we will use the column. How it works, breaking it down, here's how the grid system comes together. Or grid support 6 responsive grid points. Breakpoints are based on min width media queries, meaning that they affect the breakpoint, and all those above. Call dash sm4 applies to sm, md, and lg, and xl, and xl. This means you can control the container and column sizing and behavior by each breakpoint. So please wait, I'll just add the plug in the laptop. So please wait a second. Okay. So container center and horizontally pad your content. Use container for responsive pixel width. Container fluid for width 100% across all viewport and devices. For example, if we want to use 100% content, so we will have to use container fluid class instead of container, because container make the content in the center, and if we want 100% width, so we will have to use container fluid class instead of container. Or a responsive container, example container md, for a combination of fluid and pixel width. So we have also the combination of md. So we will see what is the use of md, sm, lg, and xl. So just wait a second. Rows are wrappers. Rows are wrappers for columns. Each column has horizontally padding called a gutter for controlling the space and between them. So this padding is then contracted on the rows with negative margin to ensure the content in your columns is visually aligned down the left side. Rows allow support modifier classes to uniformly apply column sizing, and gutter classes to change the spacing of your content. So just see review the raw class. So you can see uh, raw carry the gutter, as we just read over here. So what is the use of raw? Raw is used for the manage the space from the left hand side and from the right hand side. So if you just uncheck this, so you can see you can see the column class. uh, Column specify the column by default column exists the padding right and padding left 15 pixel, 15 percentage. sorry, 15 pixel, but here it's in the Bootstrap 5, it's changed to cal variable divided by 2. So it's also approx 15 pixel padding. So by minimize the 15 pixel padding from the left hand side. So this is that's why we use raw. What is the use of raw? Raw just by just adding the gutter and contract. We use the raw for manage the padding of the left hand side and right hand side of the column. As you can see, if I just hover this one row, this one column, so you can see this occupy the padding from left hand side and from the right hand side. And similarly, if I just hover the last one column, so you can see it's also occupy the left hand side and right hand side padding. So if we just minimize the right hand side padding from the last column and left hand side from the first column padding, so we will have to use by using the raw. And you can see the container becomes 1140. And if we just remove this from here, for example, I just change it to 12, so you can see uh, it's breaking down the layout. So that's why we will have to use raw for using the gutter. Okay, so columns are incredibly flexible. There are 12 template columns available per row. So we have 12 columns for each row, allowing you to create different combination of elements that span any number of columns. Column classes indicate the number of template columns to span. Example, call dash 4 span 4. Widths are set in percentage, so you always have the same relative sizing. Gutter are also responsive and customizable. Gutter class are available across all breakpoints with all the same size. So you can just read it over here. So and just skip this. Grid system option. Bootstrap grid system has a adopt across all 6 default breakpoints, and any breakpoint can customize. The 6 default grid types are as follows. So we use XS for extra small screen, and SM for small screen, and MD for medium, LG for large, XL for extra class, and XXL for extra large. So what is Axis? Axis is class, and SM is also a class. MD is a class. LG, XL, and XXL. So we just see its breakpoint. So we have already discussed about the media queries. So whenever we use access, so it means it apply on it apply less than uh, 6567 pixel. If we need if we want to use any content below the 567, so we will have to use access. And if we want to want any content greater than and equal to, so this is the sign greater than, and the and this dash is denote that greater than equal to. So greater than, so SM will apply greater than and equal to 576 pixel, and MD will apply greater than and equals to 768 pixel. LG will apply greater than equal to 992. XL will apply 1200 and above queries, and XXL will apply greater than and equal to 1400 pixel. Okay, so similarly we have container width as well. So just leave it. I'm not want to too much complex over here. So just uh, keep in mind about these things like SM, XS, MD, LG, XLN, and XXL. So don't worry, you won't need to just learn this thing. You will have to use, you will just need practice, and then you will use to. So don't worry. Auto layout column utilize breakpoint specified column classes for easy column styling without an explicit number class like, okay, equal width. Example here, two column grid that apply every device and viewport action. Okay, so I just copy it and then paste the code over here. Save and then refresh the page. And you can see the first, we say two equal columns, column. So it means that we used two times column under the first one row. So it means that we need two equal columns. And if I just copy it, so what's this mean? Can anyone tell me?
You're making a third row, right?
Sorry, what did you say?
You are making a third row.
Making the
A third, number 3, a third row.
a third row, but
Yeah.
but I
Oh,
I
you
use
have
the
4.
four times column.
You have 4 times, yes, sorry.
So what's this mean? So we will over here the four equal columns, right? Okay, so I just save it
Yeah.
and then refresh the page, and you can see we have four equal columns over here. You got it, my point? And similarly, we don't use so similarly we have another row over here, and we use 3 times, so it means it denotes that we are using the 3 equal columns over here. So have you got it, the use of the grid system? If you have any confusion till now, so you can ask me. No? Okay, so for example, yes, anyone have any question?
Yeah, Nathan, if we not mentioning that the call like 6 or 4, then it will equally divide the space.
Yes, yes, you can see I did not mention the column width over here. I just use only call. So it will equally divide in equally divide the width. As you can see
Okay.
over
Yeah,
here,
thank
I
you.
did, I did not mention. So we can also mention, like as I did over here, I I want this column bigger than the rest of the column, so we can customize it. We can just type the call 6, call 1, call 2, 4. So we can use this. Okay.
So what will happen if we give more than 12 columns in a row?
No,
So
we did not give more than 12 column. In each row we have maximum 12 column.
mm,
Yeah. And if we are trying to use the 13 column, so it will break down in into next line. So just see a review. For example, we have 3 columns over here. I just copy it. 6, 9, 12. I just add another column. Okay, and just refresh the page. So it will use, oh So that's strange. It's also shocking for me because we are using the Bootstrap 5, and we use before we use the previous version of in the previous version we haven't the option above the 12 row. So that's a good thing in Bootstrap 5.
Now it's flexible, more than
Yeah,
12.
yeah,
Okay.
yes, it's more flexible as compared to Bootstrap previous version.
Okay, thank you.
And if we want 5 equal column, so what we will need, we will just simply add the 5 column over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just remove 6 column. Then see, we can see that we have 5 equal columns over here. So I think you are just familiar with the grid system. We just see the another example. Like we want to use 1 of 3 column and 2 of 3 width wider and 3 of 3. So we can simply just use this. So we have already discussed this one, and if we want the smaller a smaller one, so we can just use the 5, and we can also use the 4 column. Okay, so we can customize it as per our requirement. Okay, so variable width content. Use call dash breakpoint, use auto class to size column based on the natural width of their content. So what is the use of variable width content? So as you can see over here, we use the container class. We have discussed container. We have discussed the use of raw. We have discussed the use of call. So what is the use of LG? For example, in the large screen, we need this col this column into the uh, uh, 2 column width, and for the medium size, we need the auto width, and for large screen, we need 2 columns. So just copy the code over here and then see the actual result. I just remove it, all of the above code, and then paste the code over here, save, and then refresh the page. So I just remove this class as well. I just copy the style so that it will see in a more efficient way. So I just copy the class style. Okay. So what is the breakpoint of LG? As we can see, LG. So what is the breakpoint of LG? LG will apply greater than and equals to 1400, I think, or 1200 something. Okay, let's see. So LG will apply greater than and equals to 992. Okay, so
So, brother, I have question like LG and MD. These are the replacement of the media query.
No, LG, this is not the replacement of the media query. This class occupy the media query. For example, I just LG. So you can see LG defined under this media query bin width 9 and 2, as you can see. This is the class. LG is a class, and this class is added under the this media query 9 and 2. So we don't need to write our own media query, but we can also use for some conditions, but not for the column, because Bootstrap already have provided this grid system. So we just need to just add the class, put the class, and then use its library. Have you got it? For example, I just uh, small the screen size into 991. So you can see uh, LG won't work on the 992, as you can see over here. But if I just increase the size 992, so you can see now it will work. Why? Because LG defines minimum width 992 or greater, as you can see over here, greater than and equals to 992, and below the 992 it won't apply. LG won't apply. You got it, my point?
Yes, brother. Yeah.
Okay. So if I just back to 991, so you can see it, and then LG 2 won't apply. Why? Because it's below the 992, and MD is applying. Why? Because MD media query is greater than and equals to 768. What if I minimize it to 767? So you can see MD won't apply on 767, but if I just increase the size, so you can see it's applying now. And this column and this column is apply for the default width. Okay, why this is applied the default width? Because it uses this call class, and if I remove this call class, so you can see the difference. Now it will occupy the whole entire row width, as you can see the difference over here. Similarly, LG is not applying, because why? Because LG defines under the greater than and equals to 992, but but below the 992 it apply the default width. Why? Because we use the call class, and if we just remove it, so you can see now uh, it will occupy whole row width. So I think this is clear what I'm trying to do. So if you have any question, so you may ask. So any question?
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Now, so move forward. So we also see in responsive classes. So we have seen this call 845. So what is the use of SM? So we also discussed this media query. So you can see SM will apply greater than and equals to 767 pixel. So just see the short review. Just copy the class. So this is very easy way to to develop a website through the Bootstrap. So this is the beauty of Bootstrap. So as you can see, I just minimize the screen size 567 or 576. Okay, so below the 576, SM won't apply. For example, if we need two columns, the one column is greater than the another column. For the screen size is 576, so we can use SM, call -SM-8. Have you got it, my point? And if we want to use the full width below this screen size, so we can also use call -SM-8 or call -SM-4 or 5 or anything we want as per our requirement. So we can just change this 4, 5 accordingly. So we will have to use SM for greater than and equals to 576 pixel. Okay, so I just minimize it so you can see all the SM occupy the whole width. Mix and match. So we have also CT mix and so we can also use this sort of mix and match rows and columns. So I just copy it. So here we use the medium MD class, and also we use MD class over here. And if and can you tell me MD class MD query? Can anyone tell me?
It will apply on the screen size 768. Or
768. Yes, you are right. 768 for what? Minimum or maximum?
minimum.
Minimum. It means greater than n equals to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So we just minimize the screen size 768. So it's applying, but below the 768 it won't apply. MD won't apply. Okay. So but why this is apply? It did not cover the whole width. Why? Can you tell me? I just forgot your name. So can anyone tell me?
Yeah, because
See the
you know,
participant.
oh, you said the column for one is 8, the other one is 4. That's why.
Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, for the in the class you define it. This is as 8. You see MD8, and the other one is MD4. That's why it's showing like it's not 4.
No, but MD8 apply the
Oh,
MD8 occupy the whole width in the 767. But why this one is not occupy the whole width? For example, if I just increase this, so you can see MD occupy is not occupy the whole width. MD occupy the 8 column width, and MD4 apply the 4 column width. Okay, so if I just minimize the screen size, so you can see in this screen size MD8 occupy the whole width instead of 8 column, but MD4 occupy the 4 column instead of whole width. Why? This is my question.
Maybe we apply another class like call6, which is
Yeah, yes,
occupying
you are
half
right.
area.
Yes, you are right. You are correct. So call SM apply all of the screen. Call class will apply all of the screen size. As you can we just see this. We also see this class. So you can see, did you see any media query on this class? Did you see this class is under any media query?
No, it's not.
No, no. So it means it apply globally and in all screen size. So that's why. And if we want below the 768 the full bit, so what we'll need to use, what we'll do?
We will remove the call 6.
Yes, you are right. We'll just remove the. So I think you all are getting my point. Just remove it, and now you can see the difference. If I just increase the screen size, so you can see in this screen size it's occupy the 8 column and 4 column, but below this it occupy the full width. So I think so far it's good. So you can just review this uh, docs, because here is too many things, so you can just scroll down and apply the example on your desktop. Okay, so I'll just move forward to the different things like content. So for example, if we want this sort of table over here, so how we can do, we can just simply copy the code over here and then paste the code and then refresh the page. Now you can see table is added in the same format. So what if we use the content in the center? So what we'll need to do, because it's not looking good right now. So what we'll do to align the content in the middle? Can you tell me?
Oh, we put it in the style, right? So
No. If you want to style through the Bootstrap classes, so which class will add the content in the center?
Container class.
Content class, yes, right. So we'll just use the container class. So under the container, what we will need to use? Just tell me.
First row, then column.
Raw. Yes, you are right. And then need to use column. Call. Okay. So I just indent this table and then close div. Now just refresh the page and you can see it's aligned in the center. So you can see the difference by using the class container class. And if we want 100%, so we can use container fluid, container dash fluid. I think IDE fluid. Container fluid. Okay. So container fluid occupy the 100% width. Okay. So just see this example over here, variant. So just copy it. So under this, you can use any content. So we will have to add the rows and the column over here. So I just remove it. For example, if I just want to use this class, so I just this style, so I just copy this class and then add over here table primary. So you can see it's apply this color, primary color. So it's a primary color, and if we want to use this style and we don't want to style the whole table. So if we want to apply only this row, so we can also use this. Just remove the class from the table and then add the class from the tr. Sorry, this is not a class. Tr bonding. So this is the class. So you can see we can customize it by using this class. We can use the danger, success. So you can see it's applying the style over here. So we can customize it, and also we can use this class as well, table dark and table striped. I just remove this class from the tr. So you can see. So if I just repeat this column, so just refresh the page, and you can see the style is following now, dark style. And if we want this style, table is stripped, so you can use table success class over here. Instead of dark, we use table success. So now, so the table is adding now. So you can see this is the simplicity of the bootstrap, that how we can design the table by just adding the class. So you can see the difference.
Brother, I have a question. In your code, what is the meaning of the scope?
Scope.
Like sometimes you use the class, sometimes you use the scope. If you go
Scope.
into the
Where?
yeah, here the scope call scope, no, down in the TR area.
Scope. Where is scope?
Yeah, instead of any class, they have used the scope equal to row.
Okay. So this is the scope. You are okay. So this is the okay. So just see. So scope. Okay, let's see this. Just pack this and then. So what is the use of a scope? So just see it. So just remove it. So you will just see the difference of scope. There is no difference. So you will have to study this documentation about this scope, because here is a lot of things that even I'm not also familiar with the
Okay,
documentation of 5.0. Yeah, because it's a lot of things over here.
okay, thank
So
you.
you will just review yourself, and if you have any confusion uh, uh, after reviewing or after your learning, so you can ask with me as well. Okay, so you will see different sort of table style over here. Okay, so just go to the images. So here is the different sort of image style we can use over here. So for example, I just add the image. I just copy the image over here. Okay, so I just refresh the page. I just add the image in this page. Okay, so now you can see here is no any styling on this image. What if we want this style, we want to apply this style in the image? So we just simply add this class image dash thumbnail under the image tag, and now I just refresh the page. You can see the difference. So now the image is styled, and we can also apply the different style of the image, like rounded corner, as you can see. So we can just simply add this class rounded. And if we have two different images, and first one we need to float on the left hand side, and the second one we need to float on the right hand side, so we can also use this class as well, float start, float end. And what if we want round edges? So we can simply just use this class rounded. So just remove it, copy this class, and you can see now its corner is rounded. Why? Because we are using the rounded class. Okay, so just see the figures. So for example, if we want to you can see many images have the caption bar. So how we can use the caption under the image? We can use simply uh, just copy it and then paste the code over here, and then copy the image source from here, and then save. Now you can just see, now caption is added. So you can see this is so simple. And if you want to use the caption in the center, so you can in the end, so you can see just add the class text dash end. So we can just simply add the class text dash end if you want to start your caption from right hand side. So we can see. Okay, so just review the form. For example, if you want to design this sort of form, so we just simply copy the code over here. So you can see by using the bootstrap, our work is so simple, and even we don't need to write the complex code. So you can see, what if we are not using the bootstrap? We will have to write the CSS, write our own CSS, and also we'll have to write our own media queries. But bootstrap make this thing easier for us. So here we have a lot of things that we can use. For example, you all are just seeing this sort of instruction after the password, so you can also use this. So how you can use this? Just simply copy this code over here and then paste the code. So you can see the difference. And why this is so annoying? Because okay, so due to this, now you can see if I just remove this class, so it will so easy. So you can see. And also we can use disable form, like most of the things, yeah, as you can see, like disable. Even we can't type anything over here, so we can just use this code. So we have a select box as well. As you can see, so we can use different type of select box, like medium and small and large. We can use multiple checkbox as well. So this is the predefined checkbox on the bootstrap. You can use eye-catching checkbox. You can also use range. Okay, just review the component section. Accordion. So how it works, accordion. In the most of the side you can see different sort of accordions. So this is the accordion. We can also use this drop down, but the correct name is accordion. You can use different accordions in different websites. And how we can use and where we can use this accordions? Can anyone tell me? So can anyone tell me, Abdu Imano, Mazam Ali, Daniel, and
Sorry, I cannot understand the question.
uh, I ask where we can use this sort of accordions. Have you ever seen this sort of accordions in website?
FAQs sections or something.
FAQs, yes, you are right. You are right. We can use different sort of FAQs or we can also use different sort of menus or different sort of instructions. So we can use accordion. And how we can use the accordion? We just simply copy the code over here and then paste the code.
So, brother, I have question. All these are made in CSS or in JavaScript?
No, this is the combination of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Because
Okay.
yeah, because Bootstrap is a framework, and it's written on the CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. So we will just use its Bootstrap library. So we have different sort of predefined components that Bootstrap develop for us. So we can also customize the content over here. As you can see, we can change change its title. We can change the content accordingly. I just refresh it so you can see. Now accordion is added. We can also add another accordion, but we will have to add its class as well. For example, I just need to add fourth accordion as well. So I just paste it, just change to 4, and then change its target collapse. Instead of collapse 3, we will have to change it to collapse 4, and also change over here collapse 4, and also change this ID as well. As you can see, if we don't change this collapse 4, so it will add this one. It will target third one. So for example, if I just, so it won't work, because why? Because it's conflict with the third one. As you can see, if I just click on the third one, so it will expand fourth one as well. Why? Because it's targeting the third one. So that's why we will have to change its ID and its data target value. So you can see now it's working fine. So we can use different sort of accordions. As you can see, number 1 is by default open. So for example, if I don't want number 1 by default open, I want number 2 by default open. So how we can do? We can just simply remove the class, show class from here, and then add this class. Will I just remove it from ID? Okay, collapse. Just add this class over here, and then we'll expand. Now we'll just change it to false, and then change this one to 2. Now you can see second one is by default open, and if we don't want any open, so we can just remove the show class and also remove 2. Now you can see all its close now. So we have different sort of accordions. We can apply different styles over here. So just see the alert box. So you can see we have different sort of alert box we can use over here. Like after submitting the form, so we can see different sort of alert box that we just remove it. We can just simply click on it. Just see the example over here. So this class is most important class for all of you. So you can also review this class. After the class, you can also review through the recorded lecture. So now here is the alert box is added. So we can just remove it. Okay, so just see the badges. So we can see different sort of badges. Like if we are using this Amazon, so we can see different sort of badges like sale, new, featured. So how we can do? We can do just simply through the batch class, and also we can use the notification bar. How we can develop? We can add this notification button, and then it's counter button. So we can just copy this HTML and then paste. So you can see. So it will apply. It will same same as you can see over here. So we have also different sort of button styles like primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info, light, dark. So just see the short review. So we can use different sort of button style. Pill badges. So its edges are rounded. So how we can use rounded button? So we can use simply this class. Badge rounded, primary, badge secondary, and also we can use different sort of breadcrumbs. So this is the breadcrumbs. For example, if you go to any page, so you can see. So this is the breadcrumbs. This is the breadcrumb. So this denotes that we are currently in this. No, this not a breadcrumb. Breadcrumb. Okay, for example, just go to this page. So breadcrumb example. So breadcrumb basically indicate the current page location within a navigation hierarchical that automatically adds separator via CSS. For example, currently we are at this page. So for example, currently we are in this page. So uh, so this is denote that data is a child of library and library is a child of home page. So this is the mean of breadcrumb. So as you can see, it's also written over here, indicate the current page location within a navigational hierarchy. So this is the use of breadcrumb. And also we can see different sort of button styles we have already discussed. So this is also another button styles. So we can see, so we have different sort of button styles over here, so we can use it. And also we have button groups, like we have left, right. So you can see, so it's a pagination. So this is called a pagination. So we can also use uh, these things as well. So what is the use of this? This is a prefix. So just review this, copy the class and then paste the code over here. Now you can see our code is added now. And if we want to add this sort of styles, so we can just simply add the button group class, input group class. It's input group class, and under the input group class we have input group text like add, and then we have the input field over here. So we can also customize it. So we can also use the card, provide the flexible and extensible content container within multiple variants and options. So as you can see, we need to use different sort of cards. So how we can use this? We can just copy this and paste the code over here. Change the image. You can see card style is applying now. If we want four cards, so how we can do? We can just simply copy it to 4 times. 2, 3, 4, and then just save it and refresh the page. Now we can see it break the layout. Okay, so if we just remove third one, why? Because we also specify its width 18 rem, so we just remove it. Now it will adjust it accordingly. Now you can see. So this is also a different card style. You can also develop this style as well. You can also copy this style. You can also copy this style as well. So it is example of different sort of card style. You can also use carousel. So how you can use carousel? So just copy this code and then paste the code over here. Okay, so now we just refresh the page. Now you can see. So now we can see images edit now, but why it's not working, just let me see. Okay, so it's working as you can see. So we'll have to use this navigation code. So just copy the navigation code over here. Under this. So we can also say this carousel, and also we can say the slider as well. Why it's not working? Hmm. Example control. Okay, so we will have to change this target style with this ID, because it's not the same that we are targeting. So we just need to change it to this and then refresh the page. Now it will move with this button. So you can see we can add the carousel by using the simple bootstrap code. So we just need to only just copy and paste the code and then change the image file name. So that's it. And now you can see the slider is now added. So we can also say this carousel as well. So you can see we have different sort of carousel style, like the pagination. We can also add the pagination on the bottom as well. So how we can add the pagination? We just simply add the pagination indicator, like copy this code and add this code over here. But we need to customize it accordingly. And also we need to customize its slide, like okay, so just save, and then you can see pagination is edit now. If I change over here, so you can see active. So first one is active now. So we have option, we can either use this navigation bar, or we can either use this pagination bar. So you can see it's working now. So we can also add the title and the text under the slider as well. So here is a code. So we can also use this style, this fade style, instead of, if we are not following this sliding effect, so we can also change it to fade effect, fade transition effect. And also we can customize it different sort of intervals. So you can read it. You can just read the bootstrap documentation and dig and read deeply as much as you can. So we can just explore this bootstrap library. So we have multiple options over here. You can also use modal box. So it's called modal. use Bootstrap's JavaScript modal plugin to add dialogues to your site for light boxes, user notification, and or complete custom content. As you can see in any of the website, if you just click on a button, so it's pop up a window. So that is called a modal. So how we can add this modal? We just simply copy the code over here and then just paste the code, and we can customize it according to our need. So we can just type, this is the body. Okay, just refresh the page, just click on it, and you can see now modal box is open. Now you can close over here. So here we have too much content, so you can just review the Bootstrap library, and if you have any question, so you may ask, otherwise we will going to end the session. So anyone have any question, or otherwise we just end the session?
Yes, brother. No, I'm okay.
Okay, so thank you everyone. So one thing that I must tell you, just go to this site, getbootstrap.com, and learn from it, and just research yourself, and then apply the code, and apply the code on yourself. And if you have any question, so ask with your colleague and ask with me as well on the group, and you can also ask the question on the Google Classroom as well. So thank you to everyone.
Okay,
So
okay, brother. Thank you.
in the next class, we will start with the JavaScript.
All right. Thank you, Professor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, brother. Alaikum assalam.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
And